Hello friends, this is Ramesh Sharma here. Welcome back to the new tutorial of Fullyworld web tutorials. So this is a part third of the project series that we are creating with the help of Node.js, and our project is URL shortener. So in the previous video we connected to our database with the help of Mongoose package, and we created our schema here. We created our data model. So today in this video we will create two APIs here. So first will be our post API. So that will accept the post request from the route that is our slash route. So this get is for to show the form to the user. That I will tell you how we can use views in this Node.js in the next video. And second route will be our slash route with parameter. So that will be the get, that will accept only the get request. So it will with the parameter, and with the help of that parameter we will look into our database, and then we will direct user to the main URL, to the main website. So to test the APIs we will be using Postman here. So as I told you in the first video of this project series here, so you have to download this software because we will test these APIs with the help of this software only. See that with this software, so with the post request we can also send data here. So in the body, so we can also send form data here. So we will be using this for the post request, that is our form data request. So now without wasting any time, let's get started. So first of all we will create our post request here. So because we have to add data in our data model here, in our database here. So for to check the databases, so we will be using now console here. So because I opened many things in my laptop here, so that's why it will hang the laptop when I will open my MongoDB community also. So community software also. So for that I will be using console now for our MongoDB database to check that if data is entered in the MongoDB database or not. So we will learn some commands also for that. So first of all, what do you need to do? One thing. So you need to do first of all you need to add your MongoDB folder to your environment variables, in the path of environment variables, in the environment path. So you can access this Mongo command here. So you can write Mongo, so click enter. So your Mongo database will get opened here. So you will have now access for your MongoDB database. See that? So here is one command. If you want to show see your databases, simply write show dbs. So it will show your all databases here. So these are my some databases here. So but our database is this one. Where is our database? So we have to go to keys, and in the case our URL shortener tut. So but this database is not present in here. So this is because we did not added any data in the server here, and that's why our model is not created. So our collection is not created. So that's why database is not showing. So let's create this post request here. So what this post request will accept? So post request. So as see that in the data model we added our redirected URL. So redirected URL, it will accept redirected URL. So this redirected URL will be our main URL. So main URL, and after that there is our name here. So name. So here will be our name of the URL. So there will be our name of the URL, and after that there is our full URL. So we need also our full URL. So there is full URL. So full URL means what is a redirected what is a full URL? Means the full URL of this whole website, like this one, HTTPS localhost 5000, and here you can add HTTP because we did not added any encryptions here, and here is some name here. So this is the full URL. So this is a full URL and redirected URL. So this will redirect to, if we will search this here, so this will redirect to our redirected URL. So that will be like https www.youtube.com, like this. So let's create a post request here. So app.post on the same route. See that the route is same, but the requests are different. This is get request and this is post request. So post request will only handle, we will handle only the post request when the form will submit here. So here there will be our request and response. So request and response is there. So now we have to get the form data. So how we can get our form data here? So we have to console.log. So here we will write form data, and form data will be our request. So if we have to get the data from the user, if we have to get data from the, like if the user is logging and we have to get the user information, so everything will be the requesting here. So request means we are requesting to the user, we are requesting from the server here. So now we are requesting here body from the server. So the data that is sent from the form here on this route as a post request, that data we are getting from here. So let's see. So there will be one error, one warning here, or one error here. So we will not get any data here. So first of all, let's test this route. So this route is localhost / this one, and there will be our post request. So let's send something from here. So first of all, let's check this. So our server is starting. Yes, it is saved successfully. We have to send our post request. HTTP to HTTP localhost 5000 and / at the main route, that is our index route, we have to send our post request. So here we will check the post request here, click the post request, and the form data we will send. So let's we will send our raw data. So let's send raw data in the JSON format. So it will be in the JSON format. So here first simply just send name here. So let's see, we are getting any name here. So name like Fullyworld web tutorials. So send this request. So see that our request is sending. Make sure our server is running, up and running. Yes, our server is up and running. Now see that what we are getting. So since it is only sending a request, because it is not getting any response here, so that's why we are not sending any response. So that's why it is sending the request again and again. But see that here what we are getting, form data as undefined. That should not be there, because we are getting our form data here. So this is a problem because we are not parsing our data. So this is in the JSON format, but we are not passing this data in the object like MongoDB do. So for that we have to use one more package, so that is our body parser. So I think the body parser came with Express only. So here, see that here body parser is there. So it comes with Express. So we will use this body parser here. So we have to parse our data here. So first of all, let's import our body parser. So body parser require body parser. So body parser is here. And now we have to use this body parser here. So below there, here we will use parsing the data, and app we will write app.use. Then we have to use body parser. So body parser dot JSON. So first we will use this JSON also. We have to use JSON also, and before it we will use body parser dot URL encoded, and here we will write extended true. So we will encode our URL, and and the body parser, this will accept our JSON data. So this will accept the JSON data and it will encode this into the in the JavaScript object. So now let's see here. So let's see again. Our node is starting. Cancel this request. So cancel this request. So it will take little time for that. So let's send the request here. So we are sending the same request, and now let's see what we are getting here. So actually it will take little time because our server is not running, so that's why we are getting error here. See that our server is running here. Now let's send the request. So now let's see what we are getting. So our post request there, see that form data. In the form data we are getting object and object. Now see, we are getting data but we are only getting object here. So I don't know why the body parser is not working, because it will parse everything here. So it will pass the data here. So but see that there we are sending one key here. So this key is, that is name here. So if I will write here request.body.name here and then save it. So and then let's run this server again and let's send the post request once again. So just wait for a while. So our server will up and running. Then we will send our post request here. So now let's send post request. So now I am sending the post request here. So now let's see. Here we are getting our form data, Fullyworld web tutorials. So see that here we can now access our key here. So we can now access the keys here. So we are now accessing our keys here. So if we are not getting a request.body here, so as see that it is actually in the JSON format. So now we can do one thing here. So we can pass the data in the JSON format also. So let me do this. So form data, and let's try this request dot body. Come on, our server is started. See that Now we are getting our data here. See that we are getting our data. So this was just because we was using this backslash here. So we was using backslash and like this we was using. So that's why we was not getting any of our data here. So we are getting object and objective because it was not able to pass this data here. But now we are using request.body with the help of comma here separately. Now we are getting our data here. Now we are getting our data. Now we can access our form data very quickly here. So first of all, let's cancel this, and now we will send some post requests here. So first of all, we will send first of all redirected URL. So that will be our main URL. So let's write redirected URL here. Copy this, and here redirected URL that we will send here. So redirected URL. So it will be like HTTPS. So first of all, we have to apply some validations here. So HTTPS localhost. So we don't have to apply some validations here because the validations we will apply only. This one is youtube.com. So simply this redirected URL is youtube.com, and after that we have to send our this name here. Copy this. So we will send name. So here will be our name here, and name like let's write YouTube. So first of all, we will search this name to our database. If it is present, then we will send error. If it is not present, then we will not send error here. So then after that there is our full URL. So there is our full URL here, and full URL that we create with the help of this one. So full URL that we will create, that our server will create this full URL automatically. So only this request we will send here. So let's see what we are getting here. So see that we are getting our reacted URL, and after that we are getting name. Now we will use destruction here, and we will extract these two things. That first is redirected URL, and second is our name here. So let's do this here. So here will be const data. Let's write data here. We don't have to write data here. We are going to extract it from the request.body. So request.body, and we are first redirected URL. We are getting our redirected URL, and after that we are getting name here, and the full URL this will automatically create, and we are extracting this from the request.body as it is an object here. Save it. Now let's cancel, first of all cancel this request from here, and this server is also running now. So now first of all let's import our this one here, our model here. So we will import our model. So here I will write const. So const URLs is equals to require. So this is in the same this is in the folder here, that is our models, in the models folder in the same directory, and the URLs here. So here first of all we will find that. So we will use urls dot find. So we will use urls dot find, and here we will pass one name here. So we will find with the help of name, and the name we will pass as name here. So name here. Okay, and then it will give us a response here. So here will be then. So then if there is a response, so we can use one thing here. So without using use, we can use async and await function here. So in the constant, so if URL is equals to this one, so if we found this, so here we will use async and await here. So until we are not getting response from this here, so our this async will our next lines will not work. So means if we are writing console statement here, I am writing console statement as URL. So here is our URL here. So if until we are not getting this, until we are not getting response from here, so this line will not work. So let's save it and up and running our server here. So here is timestamps. So we are getting one error here. So here timestamps is not equals to true here. So here will be time stamps true. Save it and now let's see it if it is working or not. So we was only getting this error here. So see that. So collection dot ensure index is deprecated, create index instead. Just leave it. So we will see this when we are going to fix these bugs here. So just leave this here. So here see that our now this is working correctly here. Our server is running. Now let's send our post request. So I'm sending the post request here. Now see that what we are getting here. So we are getting our form data and see that we are getting null here. So we are getting our null array. Now what we have to do it. Now see that here we are getting our null array. First of all, I am cancelling this here. So if we are getting null array, then we will put this to our database here. So if we are not getting null array, then we will send this error here. So here we will write if URL dot length. So if its length is less than 1. So if its length is less than 1, so if URL length is less than 1, because we are getting an array here as a response, then we will simply write return, then we will send response.json. So we will send response in the JSON format. Then there will be one message here. So message, please this URL name is already present. So we will send this if this URL dot length is equals to 1. If it is equals to 1, then we will send this is already present. If it is null here, so if it is null, then we will write console.log this will work. Save it. Now let's see. First of all, let's check this if it is working or not. So let's see. Our server is working. Now see that it is up and running. And now let's one request here. So click on send. Now let's see what we are getting here. So see that we are getting this will work. Now we can add some data here. So let's add one data. So we will be using same model to add the data here. So instead of console.log this will work, we will write URL. So we will create this one data here. So there is new URL. So new URL, this is a variable name. We will create a object here of this our model here. So here will be our URLs and here will be passed three things here. So first of all we pass our redirected URL redirected URL. So we are passing the redirected URL. So see that here instead of name comma name, you can simply write name only. So name comma name means name only. So these two have same methods here. So here this is redirected URL, and after that we are going to pass name here, then we are going to pass full URL here. So name, we are writing name and name here, then after that full URL, but will be the full URL. So let's create one variable here. So that is same full URL here. So const full URL. So full URL here, and here first of all we have to get our host here. So to get our host we have to write request.get. We are requesting to get our host from this our node.js, and after that we are getting slash here and plus then our name here. So here let's console this, console.log our full URL, and also I'm writing return after it here. So return here. So because after running this will not work here. So because we are not going to work here with new first we have to check our full URL here, save it, and now let's check this. Our server is starting here, so let's wait for a while. Now our server is started successfully here. So let's go here and send one request again. So our request is sending here. Let's see what we are getting here. See that now we are getting our redirected URL. We are getting data. See that localhost colon 5000 YTB. If our host name is other, so then we can write other that host name also here. So see that here we are getting localhost colon 5000. So cancel this, and here we can write HTTP also here, or here we can write HTTPS also here. So here, so if we will console this request dot, so let's console also. So I'm going to console this request dot get here. So let's see what we are getting in our request dot get here. So our node one is starting here, our database is connected, and let's send this request again. Now let's see what we are getting. Name argument is required to get. Okay. Sorry, here argument we have to require here. So just leave this. So now we are getting our full URL here. So here just we will write http plus, so like this. So now our full URL is here. So save this. Now our full URL is also here. Now see that we created one object here, but it is not saved in our database here. So for that we have to write new URL dot save. So we will save this, and here we will get one response here. So dot then if it is working, so our dot then will work here. Dot then we will send response here. So then it will send us a URL here. So it will send us the URL, and then we will return. Let's console this, console.log this URL. So until URL, let's write response here. I am also writing consoling this response here. If there is other error here, so if we will get error, it will return to this one error here. So we will console.log that error here. Save it, and now let's run our server and let's send the post request. Now we send the post request here. Now let's see what we are getting. See that we are getting our data here. We are getting our data here. Now let's check, go to our another cmd command prompt here. Now let's run same command here, show dbs, and click enter here. See that what we are getting here. So we should get our database also. So see that now we are getting our database also. See the url shortener here. So we will use this url. So we are getting here. So means our data is entered in our database here and our collection is also created here. So now this is working here. So now let's send this post request again. So now we will check that error here, that we are sending some error here. So if we are getting data, same data, see that name is equals to ytv. So click on send here. So when we will right click on send, now here what we will get. See, we are getting same thing here. So we are getting same thing here. So see that we are getting one message here. We are getting one response here. Message, this URL name is already present. See that when I am going to send this again. So see that we are getting one error message here. So that is this URL name is already present. This message we are getting means we are getting an error here. So that's why our this error is also working here. So now before doing this, now we are going to send response here. So we will write here, I am writing response. So here response res.send. So we will send JSON in the JSON format, and then success, we will send success message as true here, and after that full URL we will send as our response dot full, or you can simply like that, you can do a full URL, you can simply send this full URL here. Save this. So now our this is working here. So now we can send our response here also. So now our post request is totally working. Now let's see how we can do our get request here. So our post request successfully working here. So now what is our get request? So here get request here. So app.get, and see that here we are getting at slash here. So we will do at slash here. So this one route and this one route will coincide with each other, but here we are not going to do that. Here we are going to pass one more thing, that is one parameter here. So one parameter id, or you can say that name here. So we are going to pass our name here, and after that name, so request dot, so here will be request comma response. Here will be our response here. Now how to get this parameter? Now let's see how to get this parameter here. So first of all, let's console.log our request. So we are going to request parameters. We have to request parameters from our node.js here. So that's why we are going to write request.params. So here we will write request.params here. So now with this, so let's send this request here. So here now we will send our I'm creating one more here tab here. So here we are going to send get request to http localhost 5000 slash here. So slash, but we are now going to pass parameter here. So I will write ytb only. So you can write any name here, anything here you can write here. I will write ytb here. So ytb and click on send here. And now let's see here in the console what we are getting. See that we are getting parameters here. So we are getting parameters. So parameters as name. So that is ytb. Now we have to extract this name from this request or parameter. So for that we are going to use same thing, this one, our destruction here. So this one destruction we will use. So here we are going to destruct our name here. So name from request.params. So we are going to name here. So after that, now we are going to use our data here. So our data, so data is equals to name. So we will find this. So URLs, with the help of this name, we will find this from the, like this, we will use same thing. We will check from the database if it is there or not. So urls.find with the help of name here. So with the help of name we will find, here we will use await, and after that async. After that we will use same conditions here, same conditions. If data.length, if data.length is less than 1, if our data.length is less than 1, then we will return and simply send our response.json. There will be our error here. So here error true. So error will be true here, and after that there will be one message here. So that message will be our please error 404, this URL is not found. And we can also send our status here, response.status 404. So we can also do like that. Else, if this is not there, so then we will response.json. So we will JSON this as a message here. So with the success message true, or simply we can do one thing here, we can redirect our user to that URL here. So simply I'm going to console.log our data here. So I'm going to console.log this data here, save it, and now let's see it. See that our database is connected here, and click on send. See that when I will click send here, because ytb is present in our, this ytb name is present in our database, so it will check to the database, and now we are getting this. So now we are getting this. Now how to redirect this? So we have to use redirected URL only. So now see that I'm going to cancel this request and I'm going to write anything here. So anything I'm going to write, and then I'm going to click send here. So we should get one response here. See that we are getting one response, error true, message error 404, this URL is not found. And our status code is, see that 404 not found. Our status code is also we are getting 404 not found. So now our this is working here. Now we have just to redirect our user to that URL. So that we will do in the next video here. So when we are going to do our views here. So for today this is enough. We created our main part here. And in the next part is very simple, and just we have to write our HTML only. So at last, thanks for watching. If you have any queries, please comment in my section. I will see you in the next video. Please like, subscribe and share this channel.